They say that the internet is dead. What was once a playground for the living has now become an endless void, inhabited only by soulless bots and cold calculating AI, endlessly competing for your attention. My name is Ghost, and I exist to haunt this void, to be the ghost in your machine. The movie begins on a dark and rainy night, and we catch up with Tommy as he strolls through the woods wearing Steve Christie's raincoat. Well, Steve definitely didn't need it anymore. Tommy approaches a grave, and at first glance, you might think it belongs to Gordon the dog, but it turns out to be Jason's final resting place. Tommy hears someone approaching, and he decides to fuck off into the woodline before he is spotted. It turns out to be two very enthusiastic guys that decided to go out on a dark and rainy night and dig up Jason's body instead of literally anything else. It turns out Jason's coffin was only covered with about 2 inches of dirt, so they managed to dig him up in a record-breaking 27 seconds. Jason realizes that he failed to read the fine print of his contract, and he discovers that he is legally obligated to make 4 cameos in this movie. This pisses him off, and he decides to take out his frustration on his fans. Very unprofessional. Once Jason finishes doing what he does best, he spots Tommy hiding in the woodline, and he walks towards him. Tommy is paralyzed with fear, and as Jason closes in on him, he decides it's payback time. Jason then hits Tommy so hard that he knocks him several years into the future. Then suddenly, title scene. It turns out that Tommy is on his way to a halfway house called Pinehurst after spending years being traumatized by the memories of his childhood encounter with Jason. Tommy arrives, and after being harassed by a less gay version of Pedro Pascal, we are introduced to Pam Roberts, the smoking hot blonde assistant director that dresses like your mom and wears her makeup like a cheap prostitute. Also like your mom. Tommy goes inside, and we meet Pinehurst's director, Matt Letter, a man that looks like he could easily star in any 1980s television show. Matt and Pam give Tommy the skinny on Pinehurst, then send him up to his room so he can get settled in. Tommy reminisces about happier times. Then he gets the shit scared out of him by a black kid named Reggie the Reckless. Tommy puts on his Nancy Pelosi mask and makes Reggie rethink his decision to wander around alone in a house full of mentally unstable white people. The sheriff shows up to inform Matt that 2 of Pinehurst's residents were caught
screwing their heads off, Matt,
on the neighbor's property. Just then, a fat, greasy dude named Junior and his foul-mouthed mother, Ethel, pull up on Junior's motorcycle. Ethel jumps off the back of the bike and immediately demands that the sheriff close down Matt and Pam's loony bin. She flips everyone off and then rides away with Junior. The sheriff tells Matt to keep the freaky deaky on his side of the property line, and Tommy watches everything from his window. The scene then switches to the backyard, and we are introduced to 4 new characters. Yeah, I probably wouldn't get too attached to them. We meet Joey, a chubby guy with an impulsive need to help others, that is only rivaled by his crippling addiction to chocolate bars. Joey attempts to help two other characters, Robin and Violet, with the laundry, but they get pissed off at him and tell him to fuck off. A decision that will definitely not play a huge part in Joey's impending demise. Joey decides to go and help another character named Vic with chopping the firewood. Joey tells Vic he's never chopped wood before and offers to trade Vic a chocolate bar for a lesson. Vic makes it clear that he doesn't accept chocolate bars as payment, so he decides to show Joey how to chop wood, free of charge. The sheriff and paramedics show up, and we see that Vic went all out, showing Joey just how skilled he is with an axe. One of the paramedics, named Roy, looks at Joey's body, and he is shocked to see just how good Vic is at chopping. Roy's co-worker comments on Vic's handiwork, and Roy glares at him with an expression that definitely does not in any possible way whatsoever give away the entire plot of the movie or who the killer might be.
You talking to me, Sheriff?
It's
Later that night, we see two guys attempting to fix their busted-ass car because
those cunts aren't gonna wait all night.
one of them decides he has to walk to the very next town just to take a piss, while the other one gets a flare shoved down his throat by an unseen killer that definitely isn't Roy. I mean, that's just crazy talk. Like, who would ever possibly think something like that? Ugh, ridiculous. The other guy returns, and while attempting to start his car, not Roy pops up from the back seat and slices his throat. The next day, we see Tommy lying in his bed as he thinks back to that amazing day at the lake. He notices his high is wearing off, so he jumps up to pop a few more Percocets. Tommy then realizes he must have mixed up his pain pills with his acid again, and he sees Jason stop by for his second contract-obligated cameo. Reggie asks his grandpa if he can go and see his brother, and we quickly discover that Grandpa appears just as mentally unstable as the white folks. And speaking of mentally unstable, the group all sit down to eat breakfast, and the horny guy decides to prank Tommy by stealing one of Tommy's masks from his room and scares him with it. Tommy decides to express to him just how strongly he feels about taking things that don't belong to you by body slamming him into a table and beating the absolute shit out of him in front of everyone. Matt quickly jumps up and saves the horny dude from having to undergo reconstructive surgery. We catch up with Junior and Ethel as they spend some quality mother-son time together. Ethel hears a noise outside, and she finds a very attractive male prostitute standing on her front porch. Ethel decides to hire him, despite knowing that he is the movie's obvious attempt to focus the audience's attention away from Roy, which makes no sense because in the very next scene, the movie makes another obvious nod that Roy is the one doing all the killing. We then catch up with less gay Pedro Pascal driving a sweet 1970 Dodge Charger. He does a couple of donuts, then pulls into a parking lot of a diner that has closed down for the night. Pedro is there to pick up his date, Lana, a smoking hot blonde waitress that is definitely way out of his league. Gee, I wonder if there is some specific reason that Lana is dating Pedro. As Pedro waits for Lana to finish showing the audience just how nice her titties are, he finds out what happens to your brain on drugs.
See this cute little vial here? It's crack, rock cocaine. It can kill you.
Lana gets scared by Alice's cat, then goes outside to discover that Pedro has vanished. The unknown killer shows back up and punishes her for trading her dignity for some nose candy.
And if you've got to die for something, this sure as hell ain't it.
The next day, we catch up with Tommy as he stares out the window when Jason makes his third contract-obligated cameo. And begins to wonder if he's even in the right movie. The sheriff decides to tell the mayor that he's considering listing Roy as a possible suspect for the murders, and the mayor then expresses just how ridiculous he thinks that idea is. Then we catch up with the horny couple. They decide to sneak back onto Ethel's property to continue,
Screwing their heads off.
and we find out that this movie decided to give its Tina 2 huge upgrades. Ethel's gigolo tries to sneak a peek at them titties, but Roy, the mysterious killer, shows up and stabs him with a machete. Eddie and Tina decide to have sex, and Eddie manages to last exactly 24 seconds. Then Eddie decides to leave Tina alone to go wash off his ding-a-ling. The movie then takes a moment to show off Tina's big-ass titties, but the killer decides to be the world's biggest asshole and ruins the entire scene. Eddie then returns, and he finds out that Tina isn't doing so good. And the killer... Look, I'm all for the movie trying different and creative ways to kill off a character, but this shit is just... how could Eddie not just slip out of that? At least with Ralph, Jason wrapped barbed wire around his neck. There was no getting out of that situation. This just seems weird, and with absolutely no payoff either. You'd think the director would have thought, okay, this is gonna look really stupid, but we're gonna crush this dude's head at the end of it, and it's gonna look so fucking cool that no one will care how ridiculous it is. Nope. Instead, we get a really lame way to kill someone with an even lamer result. This movie is pissing me off. Later that night at Pinehurst, Pam takes Reggie to see his brother, while Matt and Grandpa stay behind to wait for Eddie and Tina to come back. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a while. And after Matt saw what Tommy did to Eddie in the dining room, he insists that Pam take Tommy with her for protection. Yeah, ain't nobody fucking with Pam or Reggie tonight. Then we get the most intense and the most suspenseful scene of a vehicle simply driving the speed limit from one location to another. They arrive at a trailer park, and we get introduced to two new characters, Reggie's brother, named Demon, and his girlfriend, named Anita. Not feeling real eager to meet any more new people, Tommy decides to just hang back and wait at the truck. As Reggie catches up with his brother, he attempts to pass Pam off as his girlfriend.
What's up, Pam?
Meanwhile, Junior decides to get shit-faced, and he rides over to the trailer park. Junior spots Tommy in the parking lot, and after realizing he is from Pinehurst, he decides to confront him. Junior then makes the fatal mistake of thinking that Tommy is someone to be fucked with. Tommy unleashes his rage on Junior and throws him a beating that would make Chuck Norris, Hulk Hogan, and even Mr. Miyagi proud. Pam runs outside and manages to save Junior from having to trade in his motorcycle for a wheelchair. Tommy then walks off, frustrated that he was once again cheated from scoring a knockout. Pam and Reggie leave to go find Tommy, while Demon regrets having that third enchilada. He manages to clench his cheeks long enough to make it to the shithouse, and Anita decides that any time is the right time to sing a duet. But once again, the killer decides to be the world's biggest asshole and ends Anita's hopes at a singing career. Demon then gets up without wiping his ass and... Wipe your ass. Demon opens the door and he finds out that Anita's an ambulance. Demon retreats back inside, and after several attempts, the killer manages to take him out. After failing to locate Tommy, Pam and Reggie decide to return to Pinehurst. The residents inform them that Matt and Grandpa have both gone missing. Pam leaves Reggie and the group at Pinehurst while she goes out to try and find Matt, Grandpa, and Tommy. We then cut to Ethel's place, and we see that Tommy had beaten Junior's ass so badly that he went straight home to cry to his mama. The killer catches Junior mid-ride, and thankfully, he shuts him the fuck up. As Ethel stands at the sink, making her nasty-ass stew, the killer decides to return the meat cleaver he had borrowed from her earlier. Hot Pam then runs out of gas, and without Tommy the Terror Jarvis there to protect her, she reluctantly begins walking back to Pinehurst, all alone in the dark. Back at Pinehurst, Jake, the stuttering guy that Pam left in charge, and Robin, the hot redhead, are sitting alone on the couch, watching an old movie. Jake then tells Robin he really wants to see if the curtains match the drapes, but Robin shuts him down faster than Sean Cunningham and Victor Miller shut down Friday the 13th, the game. And yes, Sean, Victor, we're still all very pissed off about that. Jake's self-esteem gets nuked from orbit, so he runs upstairs to ask Violet where he can get a gym membership. Violet tells him to fuck off, and her decision to not talk to him will definitely play no part in Jake's impending doom. Robin finishes watching her movie, then she goes upstairs to her room to show the audience what Jake was missing out on. Robin lays down in her bed, but when she rolls over, she discovers that Jake will no longer be a problem for her. The killer decides to be an asshole one last time by killing Robin, Tracy Savage style. The killer then heads over to Violet's room, where he finds her doing, He hesitates for a moment, probably wondering if she's having some type of mental issue. But he eventually decides it would probably be best to just put her down. Reggie wakes up and decides to go upstairs to see if Tommy is home. But instead of finding Tommy, he finds out that everyone is dead as fuck. Pam then scares the shit out of him, and then Pam gets the shit scared out of her. She grabs Reggie by his arm and drags him downstairs so they can get the fuck out of Dodge. Reggie slips and falls down, but when Pam tries to snatch his ass up, how dare you stand where he stood, fucker. Pam and Reggie fuck off out the front door and haul ass into the woods. They come across Roy's ambulance and find Roy's co-worker has had his throat cut. Poser Jason then pops up from behind the ambulance, and Reggie screams like a girl. Reggie runs back into the woods and smokes Pam's ass in the 40-yard dash. They end up getting separated, and we find out that Pam can change her profile status to single.
Oh yeah.
She runs back into the house, and in a stunning upset, she steals first place away from Mama Jarvis in the wet t-shirt competition.
What's up, Pam?
Grandpa shows up to catch a glimpse of them.
Big ass teeth!
Oh, well, never mind. Pam's shirt begins drying out, so she quickly runs out of the house and back into the pouring rain. Pam runs towards the barn and trips over gravity or something, and counterfeit Jason closes in on her. He eventually catches up to her, and just as he's about to change Reggie's status to single, Reggie steals a tractor and crashes through the barn. Reggie manages to do a drive-by on Timu Jason and takes 35% off his health bar. He comes to and grabs Reggie's leg, and Pam puts her shit kicker to good use. They run away to the barn, and bitch-ass wannabe Jason finds out that stealing someone's identity doesn't grant you their durability. He finally gets to his feet and begins staggering after them, but he stops when he hears a noise coming from a utility closet. Pam then jumps out of the closet with Guinea's gas-powered Excalibur, and she manages to drop his health bar by another 25%. Her chainsaw runs out of pusholine, so Pam throws it at him and manages to make it up the ladder to where Reggie is hiding. Dollar Tree Jason goes after her, but he stops when Tommy, the Terror Jarvis, enters the ring. Tommy then hesitates, thinking he's high again and hallucinating, and it gives thrift store Jason an opening to slice him across his chest. Tommy goes down, but before he can finish him off, Tommy pulls out his old-timer and stabs him in the dick. I wonder how much that took off his health bar. Tommy gets to his feet and staggers over to the ladder as dickless Jason limps after him. They make it to the hayloft, but Tommy's power level drops to 5%, so he takes a few minutes to recharge his battery. Transgender Jason then finds Reggie, but Pam squares up on him, and she puts up a pretty good fight. Pam manages to lose her only weapon, so she tries to juke her way past him. Reggie the Reckless decides to show him how he earned his name and launches at him like a spring-loaded spider monkey. He disappears over the edge, and Pam and Reggie share a victory hug because he definitely fell to his death and he isn't holding on to the edge or anything. To no one's surprise, he reaches up and grabs Reggie's leg again. Really? And Pam holds on to him long enough for Tommy to do what he does best. He falls to his death. We finally learn the shocking truth that Jason was Roy Burns, the paramedic, pretending to be Jason Voorhees, the serial killer, the whole time. Oh, and Roy was Joey's father or uncle or something. Anyway. Citizen vigilante. And now it's awards time. Best actor. Well, not much to work with on this movie. Shit, man. This is a hard category lately. I mean, nothing, really stands out. I mean, people do shit and then they get killed. Not a deep well of, Oscar-winning talent here. Fuck, in this movie, I'd have to give it to Demon.
Damn enchiladas.
I mean, he was only on screen a short period of time. To me, he was a wasted character. Funny part is, later he'll star in Return of the Living Dead, opposite Tom Matthews. So that's pretty cool. But he is a good actor. He was wasted in this movie because he wasn't in it very long. The few minutes he was in it, I mean, he owned it. So I think he could have done a lot more with a lot more screen time and a better script. Besides him, maybe Reggie. Pam did all right, but she also didn't. And Matt barely was in this movie. Come to think of it, just about every character in this movie was barely in this movie. Even Roy was barely in this movie. It's like characters just in and out, come and go, that fucking fast. I don't even know who got the most screen time in this movie. Maybe Tommy. And I don't know about that because Tommy disappears a big chunk of the movie. Because of the movie's lame attempt to make you think he's the killer. And then, this movie was fucking wild, man. It's all over the place. You got the beginning where Joey gets killed, and it's obvious Roy is gonna fucking snap. We don't know why. Well, I mean, I do, because I've seen the movie like a bunch of times, but even if you had never seen that movie, in the first, 10, 15 minutes, Roy's gonna be the killer. And then throughout the movie, they introduce some homeless guy, and they're like, hey, audience, maybe he's the killer. And we're like, no, that's fucking stupid. And then they make Tommy disappear for right before Demon gets killed, and trying to make you think, well, maybe it's Tommy. No, it's not fucking Tommy. It's Roy. It's fucking Roy. Everybody knows it's Roy. And guess what? It was Roy. So fucking stupid. I mean, I can't say it's a horrible movie because it's not great, but it's entertaining, especially certain parts of it, certain parts of certain people. Yeah, I love the Tina upgrade. Stamp of approval. I mean, shit. There's like one woman in this movie that wasn't attractive, and that was Ethel. Let me think about that for a minute. Let's see. Let's rewind. First woman you're introduced to is Pam. And Pam, fuck yeah, she's hot. Especially when it started raining. Which, I mean, you kind of already knew she was hot, but the rain really gave it away. And I love the fact that the whole last act of the movie, you got some extra in between takes going, just fucking soaking that down top. Like, come here, your top's getting dry. Like 2 20-year-old guys with fucking super soakers. Or just a garden hose, like, oh, excuse me, ma'am, I gotta wet you down now. Okay. Sorry, it's cold. We need your nipples hard. And the upgraded Tina, she's in and out of the movie, like, quick. She's there just long enough to show what she's got, and then she's gone. Served her purpose, and she's gone. The waitress, zip, bam, it's showtime. And then she's gone. So, like, almost every woman in this movie, except for Ethel, of course, is just there to eventually show how nice their tits are. So, it gets points for that. Worst actor, shit. I mean, the acting was pretty fucking mediocre in this movie, let's be honest. I mean, nobody was winning any awards in this movie. No one was getting an Oscar on their shelf for this fucking movie.
But the worst one, and everybody's probably thinking, well, what about Junior? I mean, considering who the character was, I think he knocked it out of the park because that was his character. He's supposed to be a stupid motherfucker. And then Ethel, she knocked that part out of the park. I mean, a little short, foul-mouthed, fucking redneck woman. And then her son, they're like, motorcycle riding retard, go. He's like, hold my beer, I got this. So, I think he did alright. I mean, he's one of the most memorable characters until, his fucking head flies off. I think Ethel and Junior actually did a good job. Tommy, I think Tommy did a good job, but I mean, his character was so limited. It's just like, be quiet and stoic, and then just fucking snap and fuck people up. I mean, he was kind of like Rambo without guns, Like, the bulk of the movie, he's just like quiet, waiting on that PTSD to kick in, and then suddenly it's like, fucking people up. Fucking Chuck Liddell. The fights were fucking awesome. But I tell you what disappointed me though. In the end, when he faced off with Roy, which he thought was Jason, really wanted to see Tommy just fucking square up with that motherfucker and just fuck him up like he did the last two people. Which I understand he was psychologically crippled by that, but after that motherfucker cut him in his chest, it'd been cool if he got up and he's like, alright motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck you up now. Fuck this shit. But yeah, psychological shit, yeah, that'll cripple anybody. But it would have been cool to see Tommy just literally just beat his fucking ass. No, I mean, like, throw him a beat. I mean, he could have, like, pulled out a little knife and stucky him and, ended the fight that way. That way he didn't, like, knock his mask off or, beat him to fucking death. Because that was one fight no one was going to stop him. He could have actually got his knockout on that fight. It's not like Pam and Reggie was going to be in the hayloft going, stop, don't stop hitting him. They're going to be like, kick his ass, Tommy. Beat his ass. Beat that motherfucker's ass. Kick the shit out of him. He killed my grandpa. He killed my... I guess they were married? Well, I think they're at least a couple. He killed my match. I don't know. My dude. Yeah, they'd have been cheering him on. Tommy would have been stomping a mud hole in Roy's ass. Because I don't care how crazy Roy was. I don't care how mentally fucked up he was over this shit. There's no fucking way in a just straight one-on-one fight where Tommy's not psychologically crippled could he have taken Tommy. Tommy would have beat that motherfucker's ass. That would have redeemed the whole movie for me. If at the end he would have just like fucked Roy up. I mean, like, fucked him up like fucking Van Damme and Bloodsport fucked him up. Yeah! Beat the shit out of that dude. And like I said, Roy could have cheated and pulled out a little knife and like stuck him in a bad spot where he couldn't fight no more, stuck him in his arm or something, just shoved it through his leg, something. But Tommy stabbed him in the dick, so we don't want Roy to stab him in the dick, no. But he could have like just stabbed him in the side. I mean, anything. It just got a cheap shot in there and ended that shit to where Tommy can't fucking do that no more. But they should have at least let him just wail on that motherfucker for just a fucking 30 seconds would have been fine. But, I didn't direct the movie because I was pretty sure I was watching He-Man and shit like that when this movie came out. So anyway, worst actor, I'm gonna give it to Pam because Pam had more screen time to be a bad actor. But I hate to do that because there was a lot of scenes where she did really good. So, fuck. I mean, I guess you could say, oh, one of the guys that was fixing the car and shit. But yeah, I hate to give it to her because it seems like they didn't really do a lot of takes on her scenes. They're just like, wet titties, stamp it, it's done. She's like, wait, I didn't really like that that take. Can we do it again? They're like, nope, your fucking shirt's dry. Move on to the next scene. Move her over here. No, they're like, no, that scene's over. Your shirt's dry now. Go over there to the barn. That's where the hose is. She's probably like, can we at least take another take? He's like, no, we done moved the water hose over there. We don't really care how well you acted the scene. This was your part, and you played it perfectly. So get your ass over to the barn where that extra is with that fucking ice cold water in that garden hose. We need those titties wet and we need those nipples hard. Let's go! But yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Pam. Hate it, girl. Best character. Best character. Oh my goodness, best character. Shit. Was there even a best character in this fucking... It's hard to pick anyone because everybody was fucking so in and out. Like, just when Tommy gets rolling, he ain't got no more scenes for a while or he fucking disappears. Pam just kind of shows up when, you know, she needs to show up. Matt was just literally cannon fodder. Grandpa pretty much was too. The other people in the house, I mean, Jake and Robin had that one scene. That was it. And, you know, he runs upstairs like, Violet, talk to me. She's like, fuck off, I'm robo dancing. I don't even fucking know. Shit, Violet wasn't in the movie very much. Robin wasn't in the movie very much. Fucking Joey wasn't in the movie very much. You meet Joey and then Joey's gone. Joey just all over the place gone. Vic existed to go, leave me alone! Jump, jump, jump! Kill, kill, kill. And he's gone. The sheriff pops in and out. Mayor's there one time. Holy shit, dude. I don't even know who starred in this fucking movie. This movie had no star. It was like, everybody's a star. And nobody's the star. So I don't know who to give it to. I'm going to give it to Tommy just because of the fucking ass beating he gave those two people. To me, that wins him best character. So let's move on to best kill. You can tell the kills were kind of watered down. This was that era where they were making them cut out the gore and the blood and everything more and more. But big ass titties were fucking still on the table.
Big ass titties!
And that's cool, but I mean, don't take the gore and the special effects away. I mean, that really robs them guys. Those guys work really hard to create those special effects, and then they come behind them and go, cut this out. I don't want to see any of this shit. Just more or less imply. And you're like, hey motherfucker, I worked on this shit for 2 months. And now you're gonna cut it out of the fucking movie? They're like, fuck you got paid, didn't you? That's the fucking point, man, I'm an artist. That's fucking shitty. I mean, that's shitty. Part 4 was okay. I mean, they showed a lot of shit. But it seems like after part 4, it starts going downhill. So, best kill in this movie. Shit. I mean, damn, there's some lame ass kills in this movie. I mean, a lot. They're either cut down to where they barely happened. I can't think of anything that was really just fantastical. I'm gonna say Demon's death is gonna be the best kill because it was suspenseful. Because, you know, he starts shoving the metal rod through the outhouse, and then he catches him in his leg. You know, that would be a pretty terrifying situation to be in. So, and, you know, he finally just got him right through the chest. And that actor did a great job. So, I'm gonna say that's the best kill of the movie. Because I really can't think of another one. I mean, the ones that did happen on screen were shitty. And then you had some that happened off screen. So, Demon wins the best kill. So, now we come to the coveted, hottest character. Now, I will say this. This one's a hard one. Very hard. I mean, you automatically know Ethel's not going to win it, so. It comes down between Tina and Pam. And it's really hard to pick one of them because Tina had a little bit of an unfair advantage. You might say two. Pam just had like a fucking wet t-shirt, which was great, but I don't know. I kind of got the feeling that if they were on equal terms, I think Pam would give her a run for her money. But that didn't happen, so I'm gonna have to pick the obvious choice and go with Tina. Of course. All in all, though, it was an okay movie. It was entertaining, I guess you'd say. I mean, you watch part 4 and then you stick in part 5, and you know part 5 is just a fucking placeholder for part 6. You know, the whole concept for the movie was dumb. Everyone fucking hated it. That's why part 6 was so good, because they're like, they took their plan to make Tommy the killer, balled that motherfucker up like this, and then threw that son of a bitch into the sun. Friday the 13th, since part 2, I guess you could even say since the end of part 1, have been Jason movies. So that's what people want. I mean, they made part 4 so good. Nobody wants to see Tommy as a fucking killer. They want to see Jason come back.
So thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. I have to return to the void now, but I will haunt you in the next video.
Damn!
Okay, people, come on, let's go. The party's over.